Hello everyone. Today I am going to explore an essential topic, efficiency philosophy. It's all about making sure we get the most out of the resources we have. But to measure efficiency properly, we need to follow three key principles: no bias, clear conclusion, universal agreement. In this video, we will look at each of these principles and why they are crucial for measuring efficiency. What is efficiency? Let's start by understanding what efficiency is. Efficiency is a way to measure how well we use resources to achieve a goal. If you are growing a crop, for example, efficiency tells you how much output, like crops, you get for the input, like money, land, and labor you use. If you are running a business, efficiency measures how much profit you make compared to your cost. And there's the important part: to measure efficiency correctly, we need to make sure of the three principles. The first principle is no bias. This means the efficiency measure shouldn't be influenced by personal opinion or preferences. Imagine we were comparing two crops, beans and corn. Beans need an investment of 30,000 rupees to grow, and after selling, they return 33,000 rupees. Corn needs 20,000 rupees to grow, and after selling, it returns 22,500 rupees. Now, if we decide to give more in weight to beans because we like them better, we were introducing bias, but we need not to treat both crops equally. So, how do we calculate efficiency? We use this formula: efficiency equals to output divided by input. For beans, efficiency equals to 33,000 divided by 30,000, that is equals to 1.1. For corn, efficiency equals to 22,500 divided by 20,000 equals to 1.125. Based on the numbers, corn is more efficient. This is how we ensure there is no bias. We look at the fact and let the number guide us, not our personal preferences. Next, the second principle, unique conclusion. What does this mean? It means that the efficiency measure should always give us one clear answer. No confusion, no doubt. Let's think about it like this. If we measuring the efficiency of beans and corn, we want to make sure that no matter how we calculate it, we always come to the same conclusion. If we use different methods, like different formula, or made subjective choice, we might get different answer. That's a problem. So we need a method that gives the same result every time, no matter how we approach it. For example, sometimes we try to give importance to different things like investment and labor. If one person says investment is more important and another person says labor is more important, they will choose different weights. Because of this, the efficiency results will change. Then there will be confusion. That is why we should not decide weights based on personal opinions. To avoid this, we use objective formula that treats all factors equally. This way, the conclusion is always unique, clear, and reliable. Example, if we calculated efficiency for beans and corns with an objective formula, we would get one clear answer for each without any subjective. Now let's move on to the last principle, universal agreement. For a measure to be truly useful, it must be acceptable by everyone and everywhere. Imagine if different industries, countries, or even people had a different way of measuring efficiency. This would create chaos. We wouldn't be able to compare results or make reliable decisions. So we need an efficiency measure that works everywhere in all situations. Example, let's say you are comparing the efficiency of two companies from different countries. One company uses a different accounting system than the other. To compare them fairly, we need a universal efficiency measure that applies to both companies, no matter how different their systems are. This is why universal measures are so important. They ensure that we can compare anything fairly, whether it's crops, companies, or countries, and everyone will agree on the results. Balancing input and outputs. Let's look at a real life scenario where we have to balance both inputs and outputs. Consider a farm that grows beans and corn. Beans require an investment of 30,000 rupees and returns 33,000 rupees. Corn require 20,000 rupees and returns 22,500 rupees. But now let's add more complexity. Beans also require labor charges of 5,000 rupees. Corn also requires 8,000 rupees for labor. We now have two inputs, investment and labor. The next step is to calculate the total input. How do we combine these inputs fairly? We might give more weight to the investment because because it is a larger cost. But how much more? This is whether the no bias principles comes into play. We need to calculate efficiency without letting personal judgment the results. Overcoming subjectivity. Sometimes people might want to give more weight to certain factors based on their personal opinions. For example, you might think labor doesn't contribute much to the final results, so you want to give your priority to the investment more. However, this is a subjective and goes against the idea of fair, unbiased measurement. To solve this, we use weights formula to assign objective values to each input and output. This way, we don't allow our personal preferences to affect the calculation. Conclusion: for an efficiency measurement to be useful, it must be free from bias, measuring things fairly based on the actual number, not opinions, clear and unique, always giving one clear result no matter how we calculate it, accepted universally, works everywhere no matter the situation or industry. By following these three principles, we can ensure that our efficiency measurements are reliable, fair and useful for decision making. I hope this video helped you understand how efficiency is measured and why these principles matter. Keep learning and applying these concepts to make smarter and more efficient choice in everything you do. Thanks for watching.